The history of Clan Campbell is one of the most fascinating and complex in Scottish history. This powerful and influential clan has played a significant role in shaping the political, social, and cultural landscape of Scotland for centuries. The Campbell clan's story begins in the Middle Ages, and it has been shaped by numerous events and factors, including warfare, political alliances, marriages, and disputes with other clans. The origins of the Clan Campbell can be traced back to the ancient Britons of Strathclyde. The first recorded Campbell was Gillespie, in 1263, and the early grants of land to him and his relations were mostly in east-central Scotland. However, the family's first connection with Argyll appears to have come about some generations before, with the marriage of a Campbell to the dynastic heiress of the O'Dewins. Through this connection, the clan O'Dinna took its early name, which was later supplanted by the style Clan Diarmid, from a fancied connection with a great hero from early Celtic mythology, Diarmid the Boar. The clan's early seat was either Innisconnell Castle on Loch Awe, which was in Campbell hands by the early 14th century, or Castile na Nyan Roy on Loch Arvic. However, the Campbell land holdings spread throughout Argyll, with Craignick, Avaslochneskinelfort, and Stracker, together with other lands of Cowal being early additions. The Campbells were initially under the domination of the MacDougall Lords of Lorne, who killed the Campbell chief Sir Caelan More Campbell in 1296. However, this situation was reversed in the time of his son, Sir Neil, who was a staunch ally and companion of Robert the Bruce. Sir Neil was rewarded with extensive grants of land forfeited by the Lords of Lorne and other enemies in Argyll. It was this that gave initial impetus to the rise to power of the Campbells in the West Highlands. Throughout the 15th century, the Campbells gave steady support to the crown in an area where royal influence was under severe pressure, first from the rival Crown of Norway and then from the descendants of Somerled, former Lord of the Isles. The lordship of the Isles was broken by the crown by the end of the 15th century, leaving the Campbells the main power in the area. In 1445, Sir Duncan Campbell of Loch Awe became Lord Campbell. In 1457 his grandson and heir, Colin, was created Earl of Argyll. He married one of the three daughters of the Stuart Lord of Lone, and through a financial deal with his wife's uncle, he brought the lordship of Lorne to the Campbells, with not only much land and the stronghold of Dunstafnage but the important dynastic significance of a title which represented the senior line of the descendants of Somerled. The success of the Campbells owed much to a remarkable succession of chiefs, although they could not have achieved what they did without the support of their people. Throughout their history, the chiefs managed to combine their role of Highland clan chiefs with a strong presence at court, which ensured them a leading part in the affairs of Scotland, Great Britain, and the Empire. The rise of empire opened up many other opportunities to serve the crown, and no less than 16 regiments of the British Army were at one time or another raised by members of the clan. The Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders, descended from Lochnail's 98th, later 91st, Highlanders still wear the Duke's boar's head as their cap, badge and charge to the Campbell battle cry, Cruachan. The intense pride of the Campbells in their ancestry was illustrated when Queen Victoria's daughter, Princess Louise, became engaged to the Marquis of Lorne, the 9th Duke's heir, in a marriage that was sensational in its day. The news was apparently told to an old lady in Inverary, who is said to have replied, "Atruil, Her Majesty'll be proved woman the day, what we her doctor getting merit on the son of MacAileen Moore." The Campbell family held other earldoms, in the north and south of the country. As Earls of Loudon, they held land in Ayrshire and spawned a host of lairdhips there. They gained Cawdor from the Calders as a result of the marriage of an infant Calder heiress to one of Argyll's sons, founding the great house of the Earls of Cawdor. However, internal rivalry for the chiefship led to a feud that threatened to split the clan. Campbell of Cawdor, a guardian of the young 7th Earl of Argyll, was murdered in 1592 during a conspiracy by some of the other guardians, which threatened the child's life, and that of his brother. None of the principal conspirators was brought to justice, but the young Earl survived a suspected poisoning attempt to become an able soldier and unite the clan. The Campbell clan's story is one of resilience, power, and influence that has spanned centuries. The clan's members have spread across the globe and have prospered. Geographical features throughout the world are called after the family, and although there are now fewer Campbells still owning lands in the Highlands, the family still prospers there. Much of the ancestral lands are still in family hands, including the castles of Inverary, Dunstafnage, and Cawdor. Macaulay More is often to be seen at great state ceremonials in his capacity as hereditary Great Master of the royal household. The Clan Campbell is now organised as a worldwide association with a permanent base at Inverary Castle, which is still the family home of the 12th Duke of Argyll and 26th Chief.